Leagues today. We'll play a little bit more of it. I can get a little dicey sometimes. Some modern leagues can sometimes take longer. So let's dive in, shall we? All right. Anywho, red black goblins. This is a deck that we played a little bit of before the banning happened, and I felt like this archetype had the potential to be able to race some of the slightly slower aggro decks in the format. Like the matches where Munitions Expert is reasonable interaction is reasonable interaction are matchups that tend to be pretty reasonable, I think. So let's just go ahead and dive in. As where for this specific list is from, it's a viewer submitted list, like most of the lists that we play. I don't have a ton of experience with our type. We played it once before on stream, but don't really have a ton of experience. I should have joined with the Goblins deck. I did not join with the Goblins deck. I really hate the interface change that they made. I really prefer when it prompts me which deck I want to join with, which this button does, right? This button prompts. Yes, it does. Is Warhammer TCG easy to grind out cards, or is it pay to play? It's like, so I don't know exactly how easy it is to strictly free to play, because I don't strictly free to play anything. When I played Hearthstone, I gave them money for Warhammer. The nice thing is you can buy their physical cards to scan in, and a lot of them are pretty cheap on TCG Player because there's not a huge market for them. And when you scan physical cards in, you earn extra in-game currency for playing with cards that you have physical copies of. So I bought a bunch of like 25, 50, 75 cent commons and uncommons that seemed playable and scanned them in. As far as starting from nothing goes, they have a like single player campaign mode where you can earn stuff to play with, which seems pretty reasonable. I'd imagine that's how you'd want to start free to play. But they have a Discord server where people might be able to give you more information. Hey, Blasted Storm, thanks for the 2-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. And Big Mama, thanks for checking in for the 19th month. How we doing, folks? Thanks for keeping me around. And good morning, Paula. One of the things I liked about this list was that there were 2 copies of Mons in it. This card seemed really good in the other list that we played. Okay, so Snow-Covered Plains, Grafdigger's Cage. This is 4 color Wurza, right? That's what that means. We'll do red. And you can also red if you don't submit anything with it or don't come up with anything. You are welcome to hang on to that and then submit something once Alendra drops at the end of the month or once we have some more information. Yeah, I'd be surprised if Raid ever came to mobile. And the Warhammer card game, it just works really well on mobile because it's obviously designed with mobile in mind. So it's not like you're trying to take this huge game and like fit it down to a mobile screen where it doesn't work well. I think I'm gonna decline paying for this on the off chance I can draw a land here. Yeah, it's on literal everything. Well, I guess they don't have a native Linux client, which I would love, but they have Switch, Android, iOS, Steam with Windows and OS X. Yeah, if you're in the market for a mobile card game that's just got good gameplay and is different, the Warhammer one's definitely a good one. I said you can save your deck submission, Red, until we know more about Alendra. And the real question here is if they just like play a natural Thopter Foundry. Yeah, like can I beat this from here? Maybe. I have a relatively aggressive start here. But remember, they're going to have a 2-3 to block with here. You can beat it until they play Urza the next turn. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. They're going to have a lot of blockers, right? So I can do this and drop Warchief into play. Ringleader grabs me some friends. Oh, well, if they don't go infinite, that's a really good one. So part of Legion's Loyalist pile of text is your creatures can't be blocked by tokens. So if they don't Wurza me, we should be able to kill them. That's a good, this is an ace inclusion. Love this card. So if you attack with him and 2 other creatures, your things get first strike, trample, and can't be blocked by tokens. So if they don't Urza us next turn, they should be dead. Goblin Piledriver also notably has protection from blue. Even though these are artifacts, they're blue artifact tokens. Yeah, of course that means we're dead, but, you know, that is what it is. Do you have Splinter Twin? Oh, look, they paid 4 mana and have an infinite combo. It's almost like it's better Splinter Twin. It's almost like it should be considered embarrassing that Splinter Twin is still banned in this format. It's almost like it's ridiculous. Hopefully Twin's the next one to come off the ban list. This destroys artifacts, right? Colorless non-land permanent. Doesn't actually destroy what we care about destroying. Yikes. Yeah, Mox Opal's definitely what should be banned. I think they should I think Mox Opal's the card they should ban out of the Urza deck, and I think Splinter Twin should come off the ban list. Those would be my changes. Just for the record. So, one thing that's kind of interesting. Hey, thanks for the biddies, Scissor. I appreciate it. Weird that the notification doesn't have it, but the plus 10% is definitely listed. Yeah, any cheers between now and the 24th should have an extra 10% on them. Munitions Expert actually isn't very good here, right? I guess it kills Urza. I guess killing Urza is pretty good. I'm gonna cut all the Cratermakers. I don't really have... I guess Cratermaker kills... Cratermaker does kill Bridge. What am I supposed to be cutting if I'm bringing in this card? Also, this card seems like it's gonna have a hard time connecting. Like, for people that are asking me what cards should come in out of my sideboard, you need to offer up suggestions to cut. Because obviously I didn't bring them in, so I don't think they should be in my deck. That's the TLDR. Mons is slow and bad? Sure. I don't know. Maybe this is supposed to be a Leyline of the Void matchup? Hey, Philly. Thank you for the 14 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. So, Mons is a kill them card too, Burgle, because Mons, alongside Sling-Gang Lieutenant, lets you deal 2 damage per goblin. So, sub-gifts actually aren't half off. It's only brand new subscriptions that are half off. I think I'm supposed to mulligan this. This hand seems better. I'm going to bottom a Bloodstained Mire. Cut Whirler because they go... Well, if they go infinite, we can just concede. So I think Chainwhirler is worth having in my deck in order to have play when they try and Fair Foundry us. They named Goblin Trashmaster. Read. Oh, Moxopal. The biggest good that killing Moxopal would do for combating decks like the opponent's deck in the format is it would severely hamper their ability to just, like, play 12 colors with no drawback or punishment. Like, they get to play every color of the rainbow and don't even have to experience the normal modern punishment of their mana base dealing a bunch of damage to them. It's really busted. Hey, thanks for keeping on your gift sub stack size biscuit. Yeah, anybody who's currently on a gift sub, you can extend that for a month for $250 this month. It came back to sadness. At least they don't have a land, I suppose. So I think the plan here is do this. Modern UG Nexus. I don't know about that one, Blitz. Sorry about that. Welcome back. Yeah, do I just get Cratermaker? Because they Pithing Needled Trashmaster, because they're heads up. You think I kill the Pithing Needle? Is it better to just Stone Rain them? I'm definitely getting Cratermaker. The question is, what do I want to do with it? Like, the question is, can I kill them before this is relevant? I feel like I probably can. I feel like I probably can, especially if they miss a land again this turn. If they hit a land this turn, we might be tight. But I feel like especially if they miss a land drop again here, this Ringleader's going to come down and we're going to get to run them out of the game. The fact that they're Pithing Needling Trashmaster does mean I want multiple Cratermakers for game 3 if we get there. Was Piledriver lethal? Piledriver would have been... Piledriver would not have been lethal, right? Yeah, it would have been short, because it would have been one less base power than this, so they would have been at 10. Yeah, it would have been too short. So, the reason why I didn't try and kill them with that is because that's not a legal play. Alright, so let's shock this in. Let's play this. Let's go sack this. Sack this. Cast Lieutenant. So they should be dead here, right? Because they can block 2, they'll take 4, and then I'll sack a bunch of goblins and kill them. Hey, Sampty Flafferman, thank you for the brand new tier 2 sub. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for putting mine this month with that. Welcome, welcome. That's unfortunate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm one short of lethal this turn. So I could attack, because these don't have haste now because they killed this. So I attack with both of these. They block the 2/2. I sack it, drain them for 1. They take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I just have to pass here. That being said, they're still choked on mana next turn. We should be able to kill them. So, got that going for us. I never get to catch you live because I work nights and it's bedtime, but I really enjoy your videos on YouTube, and I'm glad you're around. Well, thanks for supporting my content. I appreciate it. Happy Wednesday. What on God's green earth does that attack mean? Are they casting Wrath of God here? They are in fact casting Wrath of God. I think the Ringleader kills them, right? This puts them to 2. Siege Gang Lieutenant is real good. Both Siege Gang Lieutenant and Munitions Expert were excellent upgrades to this archetype. Alright, didn't matter that was 4 straight breaks, just needed a 2/2 with haste. Yikes, that takes me back. He won the game when he needed to, yep. Alright, so let's get these other Cratermakers in here for destroying things like Bridge and Pithing Needle. I'm gonna cut this other Mons, I think. Maybe the backup Chieftain is unnecessary. Frogtosser. That makes sense. It doesn't attack very well. I like it. Let's run it. That's fine, right? Turn 1 Vial. Not super aggressive, but it's got Trashmaster in the opener. They're not going to have Pithing Needle every game. Yeah, sub-gifts are not a discount for September. Honestly, Twitch would probably lose money if sub-gifts were discounted during September. So, for those of you that don't understand the business reason why Poppy Twitch does September, the business case for why they give subs half off even though they lose money on that is because they expect some number of people who start giving them money to just let it auto-renew. So even though they lose money on the first month you subbed for half off, the second month when you renew at $5, they make some amount of money off of that at that point. They're in it for the long haul. Yep, game 3 against Forza. Pretty unfortunate that we were on the draw here. I think I just Cratermaker here, right? Do I? Nah, I'm gonna wait until. That's stupid. I'm gonna wait until we have a mana up and they have a Batterskull in play. The Goblins deck hasn't been that popular, so I haven't really looked at it. But some of these card names are excellent. I agree. That is a spot where Goblins excel. So it's not even just that the creators getting their split. But larger creators like myself, for instance, we actually get more than 50%. of the money that someone pays for a sub. So Twitch, like, when people sub to me for $2.50, Twitch technically loses money. Because I get more than $2.50 on a sub, and Twitch for their September promotion isn't cutting into my profit or my share. Because they didn't ask me if I wanted to do that, right? What brand is my desk? My desk is an Uplift desk, and I would recommend getting any other standing desk than them. You Twitch whale. To be fair, I'm not that large of a streamer, right? Like the threshold you have to meet to like have the threshold you have to meet to get more than 50% is not that large in the grand scheme of things. No, I have a contract with them that specifies what I get for subscription, silly cheese. So yeah, they would have to ask if they wanted to cut out of my what I get. They technically have Whir for 2 up here, Burgle. I would like to batter your skull. Yeah, Loyalist makes the germ not block, but I'd rather just kill the germ so that way they can't gain life with it anymore. Because they did a lot of damage themselves with their mana base in their Thoughtseize game. I don't know if they have it posted publicly what the threshold is to get more. If I recall correctly, when I was achieved that threshold, or they moved me up, I had I think it was, and again, I've been his partner for a long time, so I don't know if this is still the same today. But for me, if I recall correctly, it was I had to have 500 concurrent subscribers for a 3-month time period concurrently. So, are they dead? They can gain 1 up to 10. I think Legion Loyalist, and then Munitions Expert kills this, and this says tokens can't block me, and it's exactly 10, right? So they should be dead here. Because they have haste and 1/1. This is exactly lethal because their token can't block. They only have 1 card in their hand. Good clean Levin. Legion Loyalist is aces. Get Trashmaster opponent. Welcome to the garbage can. Welcome to the Goblin garbage can. Do they renew the contract with you? It automatically renews at the end of the year unless they choose otherwise. I don't have that metric, oops, Bat. Yeah, it's super good with Piledriver. That's true too. Goblins confirmed better than Splinter Twin, yep. Oh, this is neat. So, spoiler today, this kind of shows how adventure and these creatures work. Return target creature from your graveyard to your hand, then exile this card. You may cast it. You may cast the creature later from exile. So like you have to play this first, and the whole card gets exiled, and then you cast the creature half from exile. That makes some of these things a lot better. If you get to do both halves, that's neat. Have you thought about going to Mixer? No, not really. In general, I like money. Going to another platform is generally speaking the death of anybody's content who's not someone who's ninja sized. How greedy is it to bottom a land tier? How greedy? It's probably pretty. I should probably just bottom Goblin Matron, right? All right, I'm gonna bottom Goblin Matron before I talk myself into keeping it. I've actually had companies offer me dollar amounts to stream on other platforms, and the amount that they're able to offer is just like not worth killing off my content. It's going to another platform and taking a contract to do it is basically like I'm gonna be streaming until the end of this contract is up because my content will probably not be popular by the time the end of the content is up. Hey, Tower Knight. Thanks for the 3/4 of your support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. And in general, I like this job. So rather than taking a paycheck and then cashing out, I'd like to continue doing it. Oh yeah, I'm sure Ninja got a fat pile of money. A lot of these companies have a lot of money. Mixer has Microsoft behind it. Yeah. Yeah, it's not you generally speaking get enough money to cover plenty, right? But like if your numbers are bad, like you either have to go back to Twitch and rebuild after that or just be done. And like the other thing is like Ninja probably got a number that's like 8 figures to do what he did on Mixer. Like the numbers I get aren't worth that, right? Ninja before whatever amount of money he got from Mixer as well was definitely set for life. And like while this pays my bills and it pays me enough to afford daycare, like I am not. There's no magic doesn't come with Ninja money. Yeah, and that's the other thing too. Like Ninja Fortnite, while it's lasting a little bit longer, Fortnite at its core is still a flavor of the month game. So Fortnite and Ninja and players playing it are bound to shed users, whereas like while Magic has a much lower ceiling than all those other games, the consistency that I can get here doing this year after year is definitely higher. Like people who are streaming Fortnite now are going to need to chase the next big game in another year or two, most likely. Sure, it's lasted longer than that, what I'm implying, Burgle, but like it's definitely like it's burning out to some degree, right? It's us and StarCraft. At least you understand, Burgle. If they have a Culligan's command tier, getting our Vial shattered when we missed our land drops is going to be pretty rough. This game is so old it helped me learn how to read, God bless. The good news is, once this Vial ticks to 3 here, We get Warchief, which then even if we miss a land drop, lets us play Matron off of 2 mana, which is ideal. Yeah, but they always have Team or Battle Rage, Burgle. Are you new here? Burgle must be new. I'm gonna leave back Goblin Matron and just die to Team or Battle Rage. Teamer Battle Rage is always in hand, just like Sword and Champion the Dusker stapled together in stand. That's an apt comparison. I think if they attacked here, I'm going to trade Matron for Snapcaster. I think my plan for next turn is probably just run back the Warchief plus Matron line. Because I assume they're taking this away. If they, on the off chance they don't take this away, I'm going to take this to 4 and drop it into play. Huh? So, I'm dead to Team or Battle Rage anyways. This attack is not putting me into bolt range, so I'm just gonna go ahead and go to 4. I think if this attack put me to 3, I would block. No standard today. Magic Arena has a patch today, which is scheduled for 3 hours of downtime starting at 10 a.m. It's not even if their patch actually goes according to plan, their downtime window is supposed to last the entirety of when I normally stream standard. I don't know why a patch deployment takes 3 hours, but, you know, who am I to wonder why? Well, they didn't have Team or Battle Rage last turn. We're probably going to have a couple more all modern days coming up, just because I'm kind of, unless Ferocity changes a lot, I'm kind of spent on standard. Are they dead? I think they might be dead. Modern is much better with the banner restricted change. Now that's a low bar because it was like really bad before, but it's pretty good. So if I attack with 1, 2, 3, 4, they go block, and then they take 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, they're dead. It's not even that standard strictly bad. It's just that it's not. It's just that I'm ready for a change. No, I think they're dead without the Tarfire. Because each of these deal 2, each of these deal 1. This deals 1. Yeah, so they're dead. They're dead without the Tarfire. This card is super good. I don't have a Twiddle Storm list that I like. The second time we played that deck, it felt a lot worse than the first time. Goblin Helix, I choose you. Yeah, exactly, Grath. Standard's just been the same for a while now. And modern got a shot in the arm, which is sweet. You got your degree in counting. Is this how you envisioned using it professionally? Not quite. Huh. Cratermaker's not very useful here. What do we think of Leyline of the Void here? Is that worth keeping Gerbag Angler off the table, or can I just go wide around that card? You probably just go wide around that card, huh? Also have Weirding here. Seems fine. Yeah, I think we just go around it. Yeah, I agree, and yeah. Death Shadow, traditionally speaking, Death Shadow has always had a problem with these go wide style decks. I think a lot of these decks have 2 Plague Engineers in the sideboard, which is scary. This hand's fine. It needs some land. I guess this hand is dangerous because they have a Braid, K Command, and discard spells. Like if they discard spell my Vial and I brick on lands, we could be in trouble. Rolk! Having something for the last 3+ years I know I can enjoy nearly every day. With health problems I've had this year, I'm happy to know this is a community where I can lurk and feel a part of. I hope everything's alright with you, Rolk. Thank you for the 2.5 years of support. Hope your Wednesday is finding you well. Hey, Stealth Hobo, thanks for the 9 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. All right, let's find out how hot we can run here. Yikes! I needed that Aether Vial opponent. Sounds good. Discord better place for details. For sure. Yeah, so I assume we're losing Weirding here because it's the way we kill their stuff. You have a 3rd discard spell. Papi! Papi! We are 1-0 in this league, and we are up a game in this match. I was playing against someone at an MCQ, and he was like, you know what? You remind me of Hoagland. And I facepalmed and moved my cards off my message deleted playmat and said, yeah, that's what happens when you consume hundreds of hours of content. Oh, man. Oh, man. Whatever I cast this turn is dying, right? So should I just get... I think I'm going to cast Matron because I think whatever I cast is likely to die. And I think I'm going to grab an extra Weirding here, actually. Target player sacrifices a creature. If a Goblin is sacrificed this way, that player creates 2 1/1 Black Goblin Rogue tokens that gain haste. So... the reason why we play this card is because it's a tribal goblin sorcery, which allows Goblin Matron to tutor it up. I ditch the Munitions Expert. It's pretty unlikely to kill anything anytime soon. I use your favorite references of my corporate job, including aggressively mediocre. God bless. It's possible that I should keep the Munitions Expert because it could clear out a Snapcaster Mage that would make weirding less effective. Alright, opponent. Give me that fat stubby D. You know, there's probably a good chance they don't have stubby D in against us postboard. I mean, that's 100 words per unit, right, Pelly? If they're all playable cards, it's probably fine. So we're gonna lead on the Ringleader here, see what friends we can find along the way. Because remember, the victory is the friends you make along the way, chat. And much like Hydrate Croesus, Ringleader tends to draw to the Ringleader. I think if they had a Shadow, they probably would have played it by now. Warchief would have reduced the cost of a sorcery. Oh, you're right. Yeah, it totally would have. I could have Warchiefed and Weirding there. That's a good call. Thanks for pointing that out. This reduces it for the same reason. Matron can find it. They do have a Shadow. Interesting. Dub Shadow. Wub wub. Double wub, bubble wub. Get to just go ahead and pass here. Again, in an okay spot till Temur Battle Rage rears its ugly head. Yeah, Plague Engineer is also pretty tough. That's part of the reason we bring in the extra Goblin Chieftain, because he counteracts that to a degree. Lets enough goblins live that we can Munition Expert down Plague Engineer. What's the Goblin army hierarchy like? Chad, meme boy, thank you for the brand new tier 1 sub. Happy September to you. Thanks for keeping me around. Hope you're having a good one. We have a 3-hour meeting this morning for workplace ethics training. I have no problem with the content, but I can't even do things I enjoy for 3 straight hours without getting up in peace. Send help. Ah, corporate training. Ah, corporate training. Morning corn chips. Yeah, it's going to be today's an all modern day too, so plenty to enjoy. Alright, so if I block like this and they have Temur Battle Rage, I die, right? Right? They fetch to 8. I'd take 16, 24. So I should block both. Temur Battle Rage still hurts here, but it's not lethal. If I draw a land and they don't have a removal spell or a blocker, I could kill them. Do we get to go Chieftain into Mogg War Marshal smash? Game 2, up a game, Paula. Discard a card. Oh. I think I ditched the Ringleader here. They're still dead to a land, right? A land would let me go this, they block 1, they take 8, yeah. Alright, so land is lethal. That's not a land. Yeah, this isn't the cost reduction one. Hey, Spicy Hot Chocolate. Thanks for the 4 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Yeah, I could do a couple of things here. I could just play this so their attacks deal them damage. I kind of like doing that. I don't think I'm going to respect Teamer Battle Rage this turn. I think if they smash with the squad, I'm just going to chump block 1. They had 0 cards in hand at the start of the turn, so they have to rip it. Yeah, for whatever reason, the whole letting people know they're in the top 1200 isn't an automated email or badge edition. Which is weird. Akita, thank you for the brand new Prime Sport. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch. Thanks for supporting mine this month with that. Shipping your Bezo bucks this way. There is a Prospector in my deck. Prospector plus Mons does a lot of damage. If we get another turn, they're likely dead. I do remember Sharpshooter. Hey, Hambano, thanks for the Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. So if they Battle Rage here, I'm not dead, right? Because it'll only be 11 and 6, so I'm just going to just block 1 here. Have a face point. Braids and Sharpshooter. Yeah, those blocks were legal together. So they missed 2 points of damage and possibly lethal. Because they didn't cycle that pre-combat. I hope they drew Teamer Battle Rage. Hope their 1 card in hand currently is Teamer Battle Rage. That would be great. Well, makes that easy. We had lethal without this, so we could Matron for Prospector, Violent Prospector, sack things for mana, put this into play, deal 1 with the Mons. But Sling-Gang Lieutenant is lethal through a removal spell, so we'll do that. How's this deck performing so far? Really good, actually. The deck felt super reasonable against things that weren't casting Faithless Looting last season, so in general, it might just be reasonable now. Yeah, Lieutenant is really good. Super, super powerful card. This hand's fine. It wants another land or an Aether Vial, but we're on the draw, so let's go. Another Death Shadow or Urza deck most likely here. Yeah, without Battle Rage, the Teamer Shadow deck or the Grixis Shadow deck tends to not do well against these Swarm decks. I don't think that's true, Demir Spy. For a long time, this tribe was very unplayable. They printed a lot of new good cards for this archetype in Modern Horizons. Okay, Mardu Shadow. Yep. Yeah, M20 also had some tools for it. Horizons really what pushed it over the top, though. Munitions Expert's a huge gain. Goblin Matron also huge. Whoop, I am muted. I was gonna go turn the TV off because Declan went to school, but I couldn't find the remote. Netflix pays to stream to empty rooms quite frequently in my house. God bless unlimited bandwidth. You can find my updated Gristlepig deck list on my website. I replaced it with a mix of Collective Brutalities and Night's Whispers. Were you always running Legion Lieutenant, or was it added as response to... You mean Legion Loyalist? The TV that we have down here does not have a mobile app to go with it, unfortunately. Alright, grab Basic Mountain here probably. I just want to keep my health total high, I think. Play this Banneret. Covern, thank you for the 11 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Hope you're having a good one wherever you are. We're like helping them get their Death Shadows into play a little bit sooner, but like, my squad's pretty reasonable. Yeah, first strike is big game for sure. Legion Loyalist is especially good alongside Goblin Piledriver because this thing gets lots of power. So giving it trample so it can't just be chump blocked every turn is huge. What a completely reasonable and beatable turn. What a completely reasonable and beatable turn. Tap 3 lands, put what is that, 17 power into play? Not bad. .jpg. Pretty good. Yeah, I mean, if they attack with everything, we kill them on the backswing, right? Alright, so do this, show you this. Cast this guy. Yikes. Yikes. That was not the big ringleader we needed in our lives. I think we've died, chat. I believe we've died. Maybe their hand's just a bunch of lands. Need some weirdings in our life. I'd imagine this deck's probably not great against Burn. If I had to venture to guess. Yeah, you could play Dragon's Claw, I suppose, but it's probably still not good for you. Yeah, CJ Lieutenant is fine. Really want to draw a land and then have Ringleader find our 1-drop. Cratermaker, you say? Well, I can sit here and tread water, I suppose. I think the line is do this, have 2 chump blockers, hope to hit enough stuff to go hog wild next turn. But I don't know if the cards exist to do that in our deck. We'll see. Yikes! Things that will not take us hog wild. 4x land. Got it? Check. That's fine. We were probably dead there anyways. Listen, if we were gonna whiff, we're happy to whiff when it really doesn't matter anyways. Tarfire seems not great. Legion Loyalist seems whatever. I think I want Trashmaster here because it's a soft counter to Plague Engineer because it gives my goblins +1/+1, which means Munitions Expert has a better chance to kill it. I think is the goal. Yeah, how are you all gonna deal with 30 to 50 feral goblins in 3 to 5 minutes while your children play? That's the question you need to ask yourselves, okay? What kind of world are you living in if you can't deal with 30 to 50 feral goblins? crazy. It's a crazy world. Did you look at that? 12 months already. Keep it up and put the points towards whatever you want to win with. Thank you for the very generous tier 3 resub, Holy Face. Unholy Face. Let's get you a sword to go with your shield. Thanks for that absurd level of support. For an entire year at that. Happy Wednesday. Excellent Hearthstone hand. Not so good Magic the Gathering hand. Need some lands here. This hand is fine. So since I'm on the play, I'm going to be greedy and bottom a land here. I'm going to bottom Cavern, play Aether Vial. Let the greed flow through me. I would like to keep these. Opponent also went to 6. Let's see if they go to 5. We aim to please, and yeah. It's your 18th timeout. Them's rookie numbers. You gotta pump that up. Pump up, the wump up, the bump up, the jam. All right. They know this Aether Vial's important. The question is, can they do something about it? Of course you can, Dirty Jits. Thanks for the biddy. Speaking of bits, good reminder for everybody. Between now and September 24th, all bits are getting a 10% bonus. So once we get a little bit, we've started spoiler season for the new set. While I won't be accepting specific deck requests until we have a complete spoiler or a mostly complete spoiler, I will start accepting build around submissions as early as today for, what's it called? For 4 cards in the new set. The upside to getting your submissions in earlier is that, for people not familiar with my deck queue, I give every deck in the deck queue 1 point for every day it sits there. So obviously if you're submitting a card for the new set, it's going to sit there for at least a few days, so it'll get to accumulate a bunch of points between now and when we can play with the cards. I need to up my timeout numbers. We live to please, Blake. We live to please. Yikes. Why are we playing Stoneforge in this deck? I mean, we have Aether Vial and Cavern of Souls. We can put Stoneforge Mystic into play. Wondering why we're not playing Stoneforge Mystic seems legitimate. Ringleader. Alright, I'm gonna slide along to the next one. The big thing that jumps out at me that I'm excited to do, so with the Golden Goose that got spoiled, we have 8 1 mana accelerants in standard still. And with that new blue-green Planeswalker, you can put Grazer into play on 1, play out a second land, and then turn 2, play the Planeswalker, make your Grazer a 3/3 and attack with Wild and the Coddle, which sounds truly excellent. All I want to do in life is make Wild and the Coddles in standard. Well, two different ways to do that, because with the Goose, you can use the Goose. Well, I guess the Goose has to tap, so it wouldn't be able to attack on 2, but you could still upgrade it to a 3/3. Sand sounds great. Would like another 2 or a 3 drop perhaps, but pretty reasonable otherwise. Dreadhorde Invasion. Yeah, Dreadhorde Invasion with Oko would give you 4/4s, right? Because they have a 1/1 counter on them. It needs to untap to eat the egg. Did I misread that card? I thought it was a tap effect. Now you're making me doubt myself. No, tap, sacrifice a food item and everything. It's like bringing back the untap symbol would be weird. The untap symbol is weird in and of itself. Hey, Emo Fury, thanks for doling out a sub giftee. Welcome. Welcome to Jake the Man. Thanks for the support, Emo. Nice. All right, we had folks asking about the burn matchup, and I have Sling-Gang Lieutenant here in my opener. So, if there's a hand that is capable of winning this matchup, it probably involves Sling-Gang Lieutenant in the opener. So, I don't know if I'm going to be accepting historic submissions right away, because the queue for historic until November is only going to be best of 1, and I don't play best of 1. I don't really enjoy it. If there is a best of 3 direct challenge for historic, maybe we could sort out doing a sub battle day where we play historic via direct challenge best of 3s. That could be okay. But historic's not going to have an actual queue where you can play best of 3 until November. So historic basically isn't getting a full release until September. It's just a soft release because they have to. They have to give people something to do with their cards. So, for my understanding on the creature sorcery split cards, you can, if you cast the sorcery half, you exile it from your hand instead of putting it into your graveyard, and then you can cast the creature half from exile. Is my understanding. So I'm actually going to field them off of white here. And from my understanding, you can also just cast the creature half directly. Usually these decks don't have a basic plains, so that should take them off white. The card goes into a little adventure in exile. Yeah, exactly. So I could Ringleader here, but that's probably incredibly greedy. I should probably just cast this because it's a gain 5 at the moment if I need it to be. I personally am looking forward to the absolutely freaking forever removed from the game zone becoming an actual zone. Because I feel like that's pretty likely. Yeah, I'm gonna leave Legion Loyalist in play. So this, not only did this gain us 4, but it also ate a Rift Bolt, which is sweet. Weird that they didn't skull crack the last Lieutenant trigger. Yeah, they've turned the Exile Zone into another game resource. Now look at how grumpy he is. He's like, I'm taking none of your crap, Burn Deck. Get out of here. Get gone. Get gone, Burn Deck. I'm a grumpy goblin. Oh, they drew it. Yeah, that's probably true. Good catch. Alright, so I think I want to just take the curve and drag it down and be more aggressive, right? So Mons is probably not very good. This card giving 1/1 is probably good. Cratermaker is just a 2/2. Rest of this seems fine. I think Weirding's probably too slow. Ringleader is on the front of an absolutely fire rap album. Yep, that's a good, definitely. So this hand doesn't have a 1-drop in it, but our deck doesn't have that many 1-drops in it. But the real upside to this hand in this matchup is that our mana doesn't deal damage to us here. The Oblivion Zone. Is that what will make the official game name of the absolutely freaking forever removed from the game zone? That seems reasonable. I accept Oblivion Zone for this purpose. What about the Shadow Realm? I banish you. Pretty easy block here. Just want to preserve my health total. I don't want to pay 2 mana to get this back again next turn anyways. I'm going to play Cratermaker here because it lets me block Swift Spear, shoot Goblin Guide. I should have attacked for 1. And then when they trigger Prowess, I get to sack this, kill this. Conqueror. I love these cards from Ellendrain, especially the Midnight Clock, 2-band, 3-mana Teferi Steel card. Yep. You gotta look at all these cards through the glasses of what does this do with 3-mana Teferi in the format? What does 3-mana Teferi mean for this card? And the answer, unfortunately, for a lot of them is, it means this card's not playable. So I think I'm going to leave back this token as blocker. To gain somewhere between 1 and 2. If they have another Searing Blaze, I feel bad, but I want to get attacking here, I think, and start closing things out. Hairball, thank you for the 11 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. Hope you're having a good one wherever you are. If I don't block here, I die to second Boros Charm. If I do block, can I still kill them on the backswing? On the backswing, I'm attacking for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, we're attacking for a bunch on the backswing, so let's do this. All right, so they did that. Do I have lethal here? So I could do this. And then this will be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can deal 10 here. Is it 12? It's not 12, right? It's only 10, right? So I think I just hit for 6 here and then leave this back. Could die here. Well, that bodes well for our heroes. So they're dead. They're dead to this ringleader. Winner, winner, goblin dinner. Man, I hope this deck becomes a player in the format. It generates some good games of Magic. Games of Magic where, like, combat is meaningful are just such good games. Magic combat system is one of the best things about it. So the games where it matters are super relevant. As a general note for people who had been asking, if you don't follow my YouTube channel, 1, you should. But 2, I did post 5 of my 10 matches that I liked from over the weekend. Becomes a 2/3. Deals combat damage to a creature. That creature doesn't untap during its next untap step. Merit Liege's Slumber. This is 10 snow permanents. 10 snow permanents. All right. This Frostwalk Bastion's just like, nah, you can't attack, bro. That is an enchantment that eventually makes a 20/20 flying indestructible creature. All right, y'all ready to smash? Are you ready to smash? Remove Cavern. It's a good, solid budget option. 4 Caverns is 300 of the 800 cost, and 4 Vial being 170. Scred! We just got scredded. Yeah, we did. Yikes. Alright. Are my goblins about to be very cold, opponent? Hold me. Hold me, opponent. Hold me. I think I'm actually paying this echo cost. Echo Charlie Bravo. Do you read me? Over. Now, the PTQ VODs are 100% silent. Okay, well, they're not accomplishing a whole... we don't have a ton of pressure in play, but they're also not accomplishing a whole lot. Why didn't they do that the other way around? I have no idea. Ringleader. Ringleader's always your best draw when you're empty-handed. You're just like, and for my next trick, I would like to divination. How about draw 3 spells, including another draw 3. Charge. Got him good. So, Warren Weirding can kill... Warren's Weirding can kill their 2020, which sounds good. Tarfire doesn't sound great. I'll trim one of the Cratermakers. Yeah, we drew a Ringleader that had a good trigger delver. This seems fine. Let's run it. Yeah, they might be a bridge deck, so I'll leave one Cratermaker in. I agree they could be a bridge deck. That's true, Pike. Hey, Arnie. Thanks for the host. I appreciate it. Hope you're having an excellent stream. Let's give you a sword so you can chat. That seems like not amazing, but it's definitely in the range of keepable, I think. This deck, one of the things about this deck is, while it is capable of generating some aggressive draws, its average draw isn't particularly aggressive, so I don't think you can afford to mulligan aggressively with it. You can mulligan looking for aggression. So... rather than pay for this, I'll probably just play a second Marshal next turn. Oh, this scries on every snow permanent entering? That's actually pretty sweet. It's kind of slow and mopey for modern standards, but definitely sweet. I think they're doing it, chat. It's 7 snow permanents. This card is like... subtly very offensive. I am not playing Stoneforge Mystic in the Jeskai Tempo deck we're playing today. I was kind of unimpressed with it last time we played. You can find the Jeskai deck I plan to play today listed in the deck queue as always. This is a big part of this. This and Mox Opal are like the silent all-stars of the Wurza deck. I feel like Opal's less obvious, the busted stuff it's doing in Wurza, compared to something like Affinity. Yikes. Well, we got some more Ringleaders in our hands, so. They have 5, 6, 7, 8, so they need 2 more snow permanents here. Cryptic, sure. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what Goblin Instigator does. Yeah, sometimes you block. The ability to block with Mogg War Marshal is what makes it better a lot of the time. A lot of the times your goblins have haste too, so like the fact that the token is summoning sick doesn't matter. Alright, so they're at 10 snow permanents now, right? You get Dead of Wintered and die. Alright, so we get 6 looks at a Warren's Weirding here. So I get a Ringleader trigger plus another draw step next turn. That was not the weirding I wanted for Christmas, chat. I guess if we draw a land next turn, we get 4 more looks with Ringleader. So drawing a land would be good. We want to draw a weirding or a land. Okay. And we're dead. Honestly, the opponent's deck kind of felt like Scapeshift there, right? They like just made a bunch of land drops and then did a thing we could interact with and we died. While having like Cryptic Command and other stuff. Yeah, that's true, Bob. It eats into path, which is nice. It's more interactable than Scapeshift. That's a really low bar. It's a really low bar. Like, more interactable than Valakut. We hit Cratermaker off of the Ringleader the previous turn, so no is the answer. There was not a window to Cratermaker in Astrolab, for those wondering. I'm not liking this. This doesn't do much. This is sweet and has a weirding in the opener. Sign me up. Has a matron for a second one. I think I'm going to bottom Field of Rune here. The bar for more interactable than Valakut is on the ground. This is game 3. Means I start attacking a little bit slower, but I'd like to just get both these ticking up, I think. What happens to Valakut if you jam a white Leyline? No, they use their Summoner's Pack to get Reclamation Sage. Unless you're Ross Merriam, and then you leave your Reclamation Sages in the sideboard, apparently. Ross. So, we need cards. This is going to grab a Ringleader. Nah, I think Ringleader's better here. Want to get a little aggressive. That's a snow permanent too. Yes, it is. Drive safely, Tower Knight. I'm going to decline to pay for this so I can cast Ringleader. Actually, nah, I'm going to pay for this because they have counterspells in their deck, so I really... Ringleader's like my last piece of gas, so I'd prefer to not run him into a counterspell, I think. I don't have a ton of pressure, but, like, they're still... They don't have their enchantment yet, so, like, I feel like I can afford to have a little bit less pressure. Yeah, that block feels Dead of Winter adjacent. I mean, they're almost certainly playing 4 of that card post board against us, right? Another Weirding's actually a pretty good hit. How about if we mess with your colors? That sound good? Sounds good to me. Nice, Dragon. Yeah, the Arctic's very powerful. I think even after Frostodon gets unbanned, it'll be a very reasonable choice. Tilt. Tilt. Rude. Alright, so these are staying at 3 and 4. Always no, always no, always yield. What I would give to have those options on Magic Arena. We'd like to hit a Warchief here. How about a Legion Loyalist, Jeff? Would you like to hit a Legion Loyalist? If we had a Warchief there, they probably would have almost died, right? Because we'd have gotten to put Warchief into play, and then put this into play, and attack with everything, and then have a drain up. I mean, Dismember seems fine, Pike. Don't Dead of Winter me, bro. Don't do it. Have a heart. Please be dead. Please be dead. Please be dead. Please be dead. Scale of 1 to dead, where you at? So this is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they get another turn here. I can put them to 3 if they have a sweeper. Would you like to cryptic my command? So now we get to Vial and Ringleader and still attack with it because we're still at the beginning of combat. So they've tapped my creatures. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, papi! Papi! Mons is very, very lethal. Save targets. My September sub in no way supports this spreadsheet. What's going on, Big Kitty? Historic before the end of the year. Historic before the end of the year. Looking forward to it. This is the fabled It, for those that are wondering what it looks like. This is it. No, they were dead regardless because they were gonna take 2 from the Ringleader, and then I had 8 goblins. So they were exactly dead without the Mons. They're just over dead. Goblin math. Please don't take 10 minutes to time out, cause you're salty that you died to my tribal cards now. Goblin math.
Down here, salt is a way of life.
Obviously, the environment down here is all salt. The ceiling's salt, the floor is salt, the walls are salt, and to an extent, the air is salt. And you breathe that in, and you can constantly taste the salt.
That clip is excellent. If you've never seen that before, that's the video from the exclamation point salt command. Can we talk about how Rudy gets recommended after salt? That's the real story there. After the salt videos, a Rudy recommendation. Wow. Wow, they came back and took a game action. We might not have to wait. We might have to wait the whole 15 minutes on their clock. It's not just the 5-minute dropout. They took a game action and then went back to waiting. Thanks for the 8-month Sniper Wave. I appreciate that. Oh, apparently they're sitting here typing in chat, not realizing that I have chat off. I said, normally I have chat off. I turned it on so I could report you for stalling. Enjoy your day. Because, in general, chat on Moto is used for pouring out salt and being rude. So they added the option to turn it off. So I turned it off. Because that's the smart thing to do. I mean, to be fair, they were waiting there trying to be pleasant. Like, they said GG's and they were kind of upset that I didn't say good games back. But, like, I have the chat set to where, like, it literally doesn't tell me when someone sends me a message. Because 9 messages out of 10 in Moto chat are not messages that you want to read or respond to. Yeah, that's true, Garden Variety Troll. That is a Moto failing. Magic Online should definitely make it clear that their messages are not getting sent to me. That's something that should be clear. In fact, one of the best ways you could tell that Valve didn't know what they were doing with Artifact in terms of what game design is good is they thought it was a good idea to put a general chat into Artifact, which is like anybody who spent 4 hours playing Moto with open chat knows that just like that's a terrible idea. At any rate, this deck was good last time we played it against the non-Faithless Looting decks, and honestly, it just feels like it has a lot of play to it. I think with Burn being popular right now, I want more Siege Gang Lieutenants in the 75. I feel like the games we see this card against Burn, the games we see this card against Burn, we're probably going to be a strong favorite to win. So I feel like I might just give up these ley lines and just like punt the graveyard matchups and like get 1 to 2 more lieutenants in here. This card's also just good in the grindy matchup, so it wouldn't be a card that's only good against Burn. But the rest of this felt very reasonable. If you enjoy this tribe, I think it's very playable in Modern. This is your first time watching us play it. There's one more video of it on my YouTube channel, and I'm probably gonna get this one thrown up on the website. I'm gonna make a note to get banner art done so I can add this one to the website. This is a very, very reasonable deck that a lot of people enjoy. So, rolling right along. Yeah, if you're looking for Goblins content, Jim Davis does a lot of Goblins in Modern. There's good stuff. And he's streaming, he is streaming for every day this month between now or for like the next 20 days. So you should check his stuff out if you're looking for other Magic streamers after I'm done. So I haven't commissioned getting the looting artwork removed from any of the banners yet, but I have removed looting from the deck list on the website. It cost me dollary dues because I pay people money to do banner artwork. So I'm not in a huge rush there. I